Hey everybody, Joe here from Mainline Overland. Today I wanted to show off some of the brand new features that 4Wheel is now offering on the slide-in as well as flatbed 4-wheel campers. This camper we just got in. We're working on a big flatbed build behind us here. But yeah, I just wanted to dive in, show some of those new features, show them off how they work, and really show what separates the flatbed 4-wheel camper from the traditional slide-in. So the first obvious difference here is that the door of this camper is actually on the side. On the typical slide-in models, the door is on the rear of the camper, just because that's the only place you can get in. With the standard slide-in, you basically have cutaways kind of around this area, and those allow you to slide in around the truck bed, and that overhang is the actual interior space of the camper. The slide-ins do have a lot of storage for what they are, but if you're going to be traveling long-term or kind of full-time out on the road, we think a flatbed 4-wheel camper is a must-consider option. If you're more of the weekend warrior kind of type of camper, if you're just going on weekend trips, maybe a few week-long trips during the year, the slide-in is great because it gives you that flexibility to put it on and off your truck. This flatbed's getting bolted through a flatbed conversion, so this isn't something you necessarily want to take on and off a lot, where the slide-in makes it super easy for you. So if you're going to go the full flatbed route, it's kind of more of a long-term setup, something you're going to kind of set it and forget it on the truck. One of the cool things I really like about the flatbed 4-wheel camper is that with the awning and the door kind of on the same side, this whole outdoor area just becomes like an outdoor living room. When you're exiting through the back of the camper, the side of the camper just kind of feels like a little disconnected, but having easy access into your cabin under this awning really creates a nice kind of indoor-outdoor living experience. That's just one added bonus I really like on the flatbeds. So not only do you get a lot more storage space on this side, you actually get a lot more living space. So let's dive in and take a look inside this flatbed camper. So when you first step into this camper, all of the flatbed 4-wheel campers are going to be a rear dinette layout. So when you step up on the side of the camper, the dinette is going to be on your left side, kind of near the rear of it. And I really like how they have the seating area, and you can have the kitchen in the middle, and then your bed in the back. And it kind of gives you a nice kind of walkway here in the middle. I feel like it just seems like there's so much more room inside a flatbed versus a slide-in, because you don't have all those wheel wells taking up all of that kind of interior space. So the rear dinette here has this nice swivel table, so it's super easy to move around. In this rear dinette can also be converted into a bed. So if you swivel this table away, you actually can get a look at what's beneath me here, and that is an indoor shower. So there's a shower curtain that kind of clips onto the ceiling here, and then from down there is the shower port. So you can actually shower inside this camper here. Just super nice if you're in a pinch or just want to rinse off after a long day. It's super nice to have that option actually inside of the camper. So lifting up the dinette seat here will reveal this huge storage well down in the base of the camper here. So this is great for items maybe you don't need every day, but you want to carry with you. But that is just a huge kind of vast space where you can really pack full of all of the gear you need. And on this side, we have pretty much the same exact thing. So if you walk up right into the camper, the first thing you look at is the giant kitchen here. So we have the flush mount sink and stove. They just recently upgraded to a nicer Dometic cooktop here. You get 2 gas burners. And this is a big kind of cooktop area. You can even fit like big pots and pans on here. So we'll close that down. And then over here we have the flush top sink with the flip up handle. Having the flush mount kind of set up is really nice because you get one big kind of flat area. If you doing some prep work, it's easy just to have everything kind of flat and nice out of the way here. And then down here we have the nice isothermic fridge. Open that up. You got tons of storage in there. Keep you out for weeks out on the road without needing to restock. And then you get a nice utensil drawer over here. They already give you a nice utensil tray. Keep everything organized. And then down here is some more interior storage. And then over here, get another door for even more storage. The hot water heater and kind of system is down below, but there's basically kind of a false shelf here that you lift up to get access to all that. So you do get some added storage space underneath the cabinets here. So over the kind of cab hangover of the truck is where the actual bed is. This is kind of the standard pushed away style. This customer option to do the king bed slide out. So the bed slides out all the way here to a king size bed. And then they have some extra cushions just kind of fill in to make that bed platform all padded. So another feature I absolutely love on the flatbed campers is that they come standard with the underbed storage. You can now kind of option up to get that on some of the slide-ins, but it is a pretty pricey option. But on the flatbeds, this comes standard. You get a ton of extra storage. You simply lift up on the bed You get all that storage basically all the way to that back wall. So I see most people use this kind of as their closet area. If you use packing cubes, you can fit a ton of clothes in here. It's nice to have this kind of separated into 3 different regions, so it's easy to kind of separate your clothing and keep things organized all under the bed here. You wouldn't even know this was here. Here in this cabinet is where you'll find the optioned cassette toilet. This customer really wanted to have a cassette toilet in here. 4-Wheel does offer this as an option, so they went with it. If you prefer not to have one, this cabinet would just be kind of a big storage area. So it's really up to you. It is super convenient having a toilet in the camper. I know a lot of significant others out there, that's kind of like a must-have for a lot of folks, and 4-Wheel Camper offers it. This camper is optioned with over 400 amp hours of lithium power, which you can see under this battery box here. There's 3 of the 135 amp hour Dakota lithium batteries. You can get away with less, but this customer actually optioned to get the brand new air conditioning unit, and running that AC unit does take a lot of power. 4-Wheel Campers requires you to at least do 2 lithium batteries. This customer wanted to get a little more use out of it, so they upgraded to the 3 lithium batteries. To keep these batteries topped off, this camper is equipped with 4 Overland solar panels up on the roof. Each of those is a 125 watt panel, so this camper gets a total of 500 watts of solar up on the roof. So when you go to a big power system like this, you really need a high-end kind of controller and everything to run everything. So 4-Wheel Camper uses the Red Arc Manager 30, but the really nice thing about this system is it comes with this Red Vision screen. So you basically kind of monitor and control everything inside and outside of this camper right from the screen here. So it's got some easy kind of modules to toggle through. So in addition to monitoring your batteries and controlling a lot of functions on this camper, the Red Arc Red Vision also controls all the interior and exterior lights on this camper. So kind of gone are the days having the touch button lights in here. Simply pushing these 2, make it totally dark in here. Push those back, we got all the lights back on. We're a huge fan of the Red Arc system here. It's nice having kind of everything at control at the touch of your fingertips, and get a lot of information on your camper. But another killer thing about this is they also have a app, so you're able to control everything you can on this screen, also on the app on your phone. So it just gives you a ton of flexibility. It's nice if you're outside of the camper, you don't need to climb up in to kind of adjust something. You can do everything right on your phone. So the most exciting feature on this flatbed 4-wheel camper is the brand new roof mounted air conditioning system. So you're using a pneumatic air conditioner. It has a super kind of sleek, flush look on the inside. A lot of people have been wanting a roof mounted AC for years from 4-Wheel. We've been doing them on vans for a very long time. They're kind of tried and true. They know they work well. And just a side note, with the ACs, they do suck a ton of power. And with kind of a boondocking setup like this camper has, you're really not gonna be able to run the AC all night. It's kind of something turn on for 15-20 minutes before bed, just kind of get everything kind of cool down and comfortable. If you don't want to be able to run this AC unit all night, we'd recommend picking up a small like Honda generator, something portable and quiet, and running that outside while you sleep, and plugging your camper in through the shore power plug. That's going to be how you're going to be able to run this all night. Also, if you have shore power hookup, you can plug right in. So those are kind of the 2 options if you want to be able to run these all night long. Also brand new to 4-Wheel Camper is their interior lift actuator system. So they just brought this into the market this past year. So this is the interior lift. They also have an exterior lift kind of actuator. The interior one's definitely a little more affordable, kind of a more economical option to help get power lift on your roof. So this is available in pretty much all of the campers. If you do option to have the roof mounted AC, they do require this because you are adding a fair amount of weight to the roof. This thing would be very hard to pop up by yourself. So if you're doing the AC unit, they do require you to do this internal lift arm, but setting up the camper with this new arm here is really a breeze. So when you order the lift actuator, you're gonna get it mounts up on the roof here, and you also get this kind of control cord. So it has a mini Anderson connector that you'll plug into here. You just match the red to red, the black to black, and then you'll plug this into 12 volt. And then to access the 12 volt, it's actually right by the door right here. So it's nice and close within reach. So this is the actual actuator motor up here. So wherever this point is actually what's going to be fixed to the roof. It's pretty slick how they do it. It's basically this little bracket here as well with this removable pin here. So on this side, to remove this, there's just a little kind of detent there to loosen the kind of balls in here. And then this gets removed and it swings down simply like that. And they also include this nice foot that you kind of remount this to. It has a nice rubber bottom, so it's going to be non-slip. So this gets put back through there. So with the roof lift actuator, you kind of have to move it from the front to the rear or vice versa. These campers, doesn't matter if you open the back first or the front first. I typically start with the back just because it's kind of closer for when you get up in the camper. But for this demonstration, we already have the back popped up. So we're going to show you how this lift actuator works here on the front. So you got the remote here, and literally all you do once that foot is attached, start pushing this button. It's going to make contact with the base there, and surely it starts to lift up the roof. This is really, really slick. I mean, this is night and day difference from kind of doing it manually. You want to make sure you don't extend this kind of all the way, causing any damage to the roof. In four-wheel campers directions, they say kind of once this lift lever kind of gets to this edge, you want to stop, and then just push that to get it the rest of the way up. You just want to be careful because this could potentially kind of stretch the roof and bend some things. So you just want to use some caution when you're using this. Be smart about it, but it really makes this whole setup process way, way easier and way faster. So once you get the roof popped up all the way, like standard, you'll get this bar support pushed up and snapped in there. Then once this is kind of in place, you can start lowering this or kind of reducing it down. And then you would move on to the other side. So you would just unpin this, move it to the back side, and basically repeat that process on the back. And then once you're all done, you pull the foot off here, and now your camper is set up and ready to go. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about these new features on the four-wheel campers, feel free to give us a call. All of our contact info can be found down below. This individual camper here is actually going on a pretty epic flatbed build we're working on behind us here. But with all these new features, kind of wanted to show you, give you a rundown of that first. And then the finished project is going to be absolutely epic, so stay tuned for that. If you've been looking for a four-wheel camper for your truck, be sure to reach out to us. We want to get you camping out there ASAP. We usually have in-stock used and new campers, and we usually have some production slots kind of reserved to kind of reduce that lead time. So hit us up. We want to get you camping ASAP, and we hope to see you out there.